Hey guys, I'm Andrew, also known as Iron Android, and I love to talk about movies and TV shows way too much. With that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking the Phase 4 movies from the worst to the best, and I would love to hear your guys' rankings in the comments down below. In 7th place, I got Black Widow. I want to start with how they skipped 20 years of her life. This is a Black Widow movie, and we're supposed to be explaining how she became how she did not, and it didn't show her training. It didn't show her how they got her name, and I didn't want to see her get abandoned by her mother and her father. And they showed all that just to see how she was special. I also thought this movie would have told us what happened between Black Widow and Hawkeye in Budapest, but it didn't tell us anything about that. Red Guardian and Yelena were the highlights of this movie, and they literally outshined Black Widow in her own solo movie. And that's why I rate this movie a 2 out of 10, because Red Guardian and Yelena were the best parts about this movie. In 6th place, I have Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This, to me, is the Marvel movie that got the worst hand dealt to them. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, and I will admit it had good acting and nice effects, but you leave the film feeling underwhelmed by a silly plot. I thought that Shuri was a super well written character, and I liked how she saw Killmonger when she took the heart-shaped herb, and that was super shocking, but I don't really think she's the best choice for Black Panther. And I wasn't really shocked when the mother died, because I kind of expected someone to die in this movie. Also, Namor was not a good villain. It did not work for me, and I just thought Ironheart was just a stupid side character who made her own Iron Man suit, but she literally has no connection to Iron Man or Tony, and I think I would have had liked Harley from Iron Man 3 to be the new Iron Man instead, which is why I rate this movie a 3 out of 10. In 5th place, I got Thor Love and Thunder. The story has a super good feel to it, and I like how Thor is feeling lost and lonely when Jane Foster showed back up, and I thought that was super good, compelling to the story, and I liked how Gore the God Butcher turned evil because the gods promised him something, but he didn't deliver to Gore, and I thought that was super good. I didn't really like how it was like a little triangle between Mjolnir, Thor, and Stormbreaker. That's like the only thing that I thought was kind of weird. But other than that, I love the screaming goats, and the best part about this movie is when Thor shares his godlike powers with all the kids who got kidnapped. I also thought Jane Foster was a very good Thor, and I liked how when she passed away, she got to go to Valhalla, which I thought was super sweet. And I also really enjoyed the beginning part of the movie where Thor was fighting with the Guardians. But I rate it a 4 out of 10. In 4th place, I got Eternals. I really enjoyed the choices made within the story about the Celestials, using planets as hosts for breeding new Celestials. And I really like how the universe builds general stories within the obviously flaws of the Adventures and the Deviants. I thought that was okay at best, but I really didn't like how there's like 10 Celestials and they don't really make us feel for them because they kill like half them throughout the entire movie, which I thought was super frustrating. And I will say, I think I would have liked this movie a little bit more if it was a TV show. I think that would have worked very well. But they literally had a post-credit scene of Blade here in the background to set up Blade, but who knows if that movie's ever going to come up because it's been in production for who knows how long. But other than that, I rate this movie a 5 out of 10. In 3rd place, I got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It is a great watch, and you will leave with laughs, but you will also be on the edge of your seats. Wanda is a great villain in this movie, and I like American Chavez and how she can travel the multiverse. I thought that was super cool, and I also liked the horror aspects of the movie because I love Sam Raimi as a director, and he did the SpiderMan Tobey Maguire movies, and I thought that was super cool as well. But my favorite scene in this movie is the Illuminati scene because you have these heroes and they get so cocky. They're like, we could defeat Thanos, we could defeat anything, and they immediately all die in this movie. And Reed Richards, the smartest person in the multiverse, literally gave away the key ingredient on how to defeat Wanda, and Wanda used that against them, which this entire sequence was a joke. This entire team was a joke, and I love it, which is why I rate this movie a 6.5 out of 10. In my runner-up spot, I got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This film really surprised me, to be honest, because I found it breath and fresh of the MCU, and it's something we've never seen before. But I also didn't really know who Shang-Chi was, so I wasn't really knowing what I should expect from this movie. But it was a fantastic movie. Aquafina was so funny as Katie, and the father was also a great villain. And everything about this movie just stood out to me, and every scene in this movie was phenomenal. My favorite scene in this movie is the bus fight scene, and to me, that is the best part of this entire movie. The post-credit scene was also good, but it's been 3 years since we saw last Shang-Chi, and I don't know when we're going to see him next. But for now, I rate this movie a 7 out of 10. In first place, I have Spider-Man No Way Home. What do I say for this phenomenon of a movie? This movie is awesome and fantastic in every way, shape, or form. The characters, the storyline, everything. They literally brought back Tobey and Andrew for this movie, as well as all their villains, and I thought everything was super well done. Aunt May's death scene crushed me more than it crushed Peter and Happy. I like when they captured all the villains, when they would talk about what happened to them on their own universes. In fact, then Peter went toe-to-toe to Doctor Strange and he defeated him was super awesome, and I didn't think he would be able to defeat Doctor Strange. And Peter was not holding back when he was going against the Green Goblin. Like, he went so, like, Dragon Ball Z fire, which I thought was super good, but Tobey Maguire's Peter literally stopped him and he got stabbed from Green Goblin because he didn't want him to kill him. But I also really enjoyed it. My favorite scene in this movie is when the three Peters are talking about their universes and what's different, what's the same, and all that stuff. But my least favorite part about this movie is the ending when Peter's like, make everybody forget who Peter Parker is and fix the multiverse. And when he makes the promise to MJ saying, I will find you after this is done, he goes finds her, but he doesn't tell her what happened or whatever. And that's really disappointing to me. And the post-credit scene doesn't really go anywhere, and that also makes me frustrated. But I rate this movie a 9 out of 10. But with that being said, guys, I'm Andrew, also known as Iron Android. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and put on notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Also, follow my TikTok, link will be in the description. Go show me some love over there. But I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.